Is that what I think it is?
All right, 236, welcome to the knob. Follow me.
I'm dipped in shit. You me.
You dude's gonna love the knob for fucking ever.
65 and a wake up. Oh, Lord.
Good Lord, buddy.
One of our nation's most heroic people fought in the Vietnam War either by signing up or being drafted. These people fought for justice, but many were not respected for it. When Vietnam War veterans returned home, they were spit on and called baby killers and warmongers, along with murderers. Some hippies burned the American flag in protest to the war. The hippies often taunted the soldiers and blamed them for the war by saying if it wasn't for them fighting, the war could have been avoided. Popular anti-war slogans like, "Hey, hey, OBJ, how many kids did you kill today?" were used. Soldiers were ridiculed, accused of crimes, and not respected. The neglect and resentment of veterans was an unfortunate social effect of the war. The Vietnam veterans were shunned, demeaned, and booed. Since it was such an unpopular war, Americans held veterans responsible for the war, although many of them did not approve of the war either. The veterans' situation was a tough one, especially with little or no support. Many developed illnesses after the war, such as cancers, liver disease, and rashes, mostly due to exposure to Agent Orange. Having seen the horrors of Vietnam, many veterans were psychologically scared. Nightmares, anxieties, causing flashbacks and fits of terror from loud noises were common behaviors reported amongst veterans. Many survivors of Vietnam suffered mental and emotional disorders and showed symptoms. Many were suffering from post-traumatic stress disorders. However, many were unable to get the help they needed and deserved because they were perceived as crazy and dangerous, and even deserving of their circumstances. Economic, medical, and educational aids were not made available to them right away, and many veterans felt abandoned by the country they served.
Number 5 Marines!
You did it! You did it clean! You made us proud! Semper Fi. Semper fucking Fi. Welcome home, Marine. Welcome home. Welcome home, son. Welcome home, Staff Sergeant. You mind if I sit down in your bus?
Every war is different.
Hoorah.
Every war is the same.
Welcome home, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome home, brother. Thank you. Welcome home, brothers. Welcome home, brothers.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you. Means a lot. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home, brother. Thank you.
Where? Where? So we all know what it's like.
Something happened here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
We are truly a band of brothers, the people who are Vietnam veterans, and the people I was with in Vietnam to this day, if they called me up and asked me for anything, I would be right there to help them, because it was an experience that we all shared that it's hard for anyone else to enter into that experience.
Into your life it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man comes and take you away.
The bravery of the guys looking for one of their brothers, I mean, it was the most powerful thing.
What's going, you better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going, you better stop. Children, what's that sound?
Interestingly enough, the best music in Vietnam came from Hanoi Hannah. We got to get out of this place.
We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta get out of this place. Girl, there's a better life for me and you.
When I came off the track, I went out to get some equipment on the perimeter of the area we set up on and stepped on a landmine. Turned out to be estimated at about 25 pounds of TNT. It traumatically amputated both of my legs and my left arm. I got on the dust-off helicopter and went to the hospital just about like you see me now.
We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta get out of this place.
Our standard was, we're off the ground in 2 minutes. That's it, 2 minutes.
So I came in, I hit the spot, got down on the ground, safe, and here were the true heroes in that. My crew chief and medic looked at me and I said, go get them. And they were sitting in a minefield, nobody's moving. Everybody's dead or wounded. They start running through the minefield, and they're carrying the patients back to the aircraft. And I'm sitting in the right seat looking out the door, and boom, they step on a mine or set off a mine. And they got a great big guy on a litter, and I think he saved my 2 guys. The rest of the shrapnel went into the aircraft and him, and then the concussion just blew them up in the air. They land, they put him on the aircraft, and they go back and get the rest of the patients.
But these were guys that were Army types, I believe, and the back seat where we were was always a Marine FAC, forward air controller. And between them, they would coordinate through radio shots, artillery and air. And they would hover while all this stuff is coming in. It was beyond bravery. I think it bordered on total stupidity. But these guys were superstars.
Put me to work, and they said, okay, there's your airplane. Fly it up to Dong Ha, and you got a mission this afternoon. By the time we get on station there, then the tracers start flying up. NVA knew the game is on. Once the artillery's coming in on station and we start firing it, then I'll get the attack air. They'll come up on station, and then I give them a target briefing. You have to tell them which runway heading, which heading to come in on, which way to break out, what the target is, what the elevation is, where's the friendlies, where's the hostile fire. But we control the whole battle as a forward air controller. That's what we did. But when we got up in North Vietnam, it got pretty exciting up there.
We got a 4-star general, General Haynes, another general coming up to Dong Ha to talk about what we had done on the 26th. All of a sudden, we don't know that there's a bombing halt coming 1 November. Everybody else knew but us. And the North Vietnamese knew that there was a bombing halt coming, and they threw everything at us. I had the last guys, the F-4s that were shot down before they went into the water. But we took so much fire. We wondered, what the hell is coming on?
There was a North Vietnamese convoy of trucks, big tan trucks with big red stars on the side of them, parked at that intersection. The troops were all sitting, doing what any troops ever did, sitting under the trees, smoking cigarettes, having something to eat. And we flew by them, and they never shot at us because of the rules of engagement. We couldn't shoot at them first. So there was no frustration necessarily because we never expected that we would be going into Cambodia. We knew that that would have been a good idea, and frankly, it surprised us when the politicians decided to do something that was a good idea.
We had no home front, we had no soft soap. They sent us playground, they gave us bar hope.
Mr. President, I've been home since Friday, been to 2 dinner parties. No one asked me where I've been for the past year or what I've been doing. In case someone does, what would you like me to say? And he said, well, Colonel, you tell them that we are preventing the North Vietnamese from interfering in the democratic process in South Vietnam. I said, sir, I can't say that.
World War II was a total thing for America. We mobilized the entire country. In Vietnam, one of the things of the lousy war was that it was being run from the Pentagon, from Washington, from the White House. The Secretary of Defense was micromanaging everything, and it was like we didn't want to win.
You went over there thinking you were doing something that you were supposed to do, and you certainly did not want to be told that all the friends that you lost over there, that their lives were lost for no reason. You did not want to ever hear that, nor do I want to hear that today. And I get very wound up about that when I hear anyone talk about it in that manner, because I lost some really good friends there.
I remember I wanted to surprise my parents, and when I come home from Vietnam, so I didn't let them know I was coming in. I was just gonna hitchhike. Back then, hitchhiking was popular, and I was gonna hitchhike a ride home and surprise them. And I had my Army uniform on, and I left the terminal of Minneapolis International and hit with my thumb out, went down the ramp, went about 4, 5, 6 miles walking down 494. Nobody picked me up. A livestock trucker is the one that finally stopped and picked me up. Everybody else just zoomed by me. And I thought that was pretty lousy.